make sure we're not an angry green screen like that one time. I feel like I'm like traumatized by that time where everything just turned me into an angry green screen. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Wow. We working? Alright, we're working. Gold beans. Oh, righty. What do we have today? We have the biggest big box that ever did big. We have, I unboxed this guy earlier this weekend when I got home from the mainland. And now we're going to crack him open and stuff I want to do with him. So, my plan for this guy is to do a lot of like, not kit bashing, but a lot of like customization and like extra features and shit on him that the normal Stompa doesn't have. So it should be pretty good. You have to, excuse me while I try to fix some of these cables. The Stompa's so big I had to move everything around. So, hello! Oh! You can see that the desk that usually has minis all over it, like all back here. Like usually this is like a big like circle of minis. It's now totally empty to make room for the Stompa. Fucking terrible. They're so bad. They're so bad. But we'll figure them out. We've got our big Chungus runner here with the what's like the base. We've got the shoulders. We've got the neck hole. We've got. Those these are. One of them's a side. The other one I think might be a front panel. And then same thing here. I think we've got parts of the head on this one. I think we got another side. I think we got some front panels. Maybe a back panel. I think that's a front panel. I think that might also be a front panel. So maybe that's a back panel. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe this is the back panel. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And we've got this guy, which is all the gubbins. So a bunch of extra little spikes and teeth and walkways and orcs and Gretchen and stuff to add on. I'm mainly taking a look at this again just so I remember what's in this giant box of doom. One of the gun runners. So that's one of the gun runners. This is another gun runner. Got the chainsaw arm runner right here with his big chainsaw arm. And we've got the feet runner. So we've got our feet and our ankles. We got that one. And then we've got a like, I think this is like pipes for the back and like exhausts and then some little fun gubbins and stuff. Weapons. Two runners for like gubbins and add-ons and stuff. And then we've got two big ass runners, which is really like 4 runners, and then 1 runner for the feet. Alright. I wanted to break it out because I thought it might make reading these terrible instructions a little bit. What do I want to do to this thing? A lot of shit. So, his feet are pretty cool. The detail and stuff on them is really neat. I think it would be cool if I could make them longer to make him taller. So give him like bigger legs. So maybe either add on to these places or replace them totally. And then one of my things there would also be to magnetize his feet. So if they're really long, I take them off to make them shorter so he can fit in my transport box. So that's my first objective. My second objective is this head here. It's essentially 2 pieces. Like there's a top piece and then there's like teeth that come around it like that. So like this is the top piece. That's like the teeth. That's how it sits. I want to turn it into like a bobblehead. So I want to raise this piece up and basically build like a faux spring like that sits up there. So you have the teeth like this, and then you have the face here with like its teeth like that. Sort of around the based around the idea of the Harlequin demon from Nightmare Before Christmas, where he has sort of like he's got like two different mouths like this, and then he's got like a tube in the middle. I kind of want to do the same thing here with this head, and it should spring it up and make it look cool, and make him a little bit taller. This is already the biggest orc model already, and if I can get that to work and look right, I'll probably actually paint the body in stripes, because this body shape reminds me a lot of that character. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do it to the head. Number 2, this area right here is really big and open. I'm going to probably not put the skull on mine because I kind of want to save that for another project, and I don't think it's adding a lot here when you put it on. So this area here under the cannon, that's really big and open. So one of the things I want to do is I want to build some walkways on the outside of the model and then cut into it like that, like a door, into the model. So there's like walkways going in and out of the model. Similarly, I have some metal. So one of my goals when I'm building this is to try to make sure that this body isn't like completely solid when I build it. I want some way to be able to take it apart, or maybe leave some panels off so I can get up inside of it. Ideally, this would also be where my LEDs and stuff like that would be, like where the batteries and stuff like that would be. So if I could like figure out a way to maybe like clunk, like magnetize the front of it so I could like take it apart, that's ideal. Next, I'd like to do something for this gun. It's an awesome gun, but I don't know. I might try to change it up a little bit. We'll see as I build it. I don't know if we'll get to the gun today, but we'll see as I build it. I might try to like mix it up, maybe work some other guns in there from some other leftover parts. So I might try to do that too. And lastly, there should be a bunch of open space on the back when I build it, because it has there's like a turret that sits on the shoulder, and then it's got these pipes that sort of come out of the back. I either want to remove the pipes entirely or move them over, and I want to make another walkway on the back, ideally with a hamster ball, or not hamster ball, a hamster spinny thing. I want to scratch build a spinny hamster thing with a grot in it. And my plan is to actually magnetize it so it can actually spin. So that's what I've got planned for this. As far as like the initial customization, plus like lots of wires and stuff like that, and extra panels and all. I actually haven't finished my terrain from the Kill Team box, so I'm probably going to be stealing bits from that as well as 3D printing some bits as well for this. So that's my initial ideas for the customization for this thing. But any big project, you always have to start with some steps, some baby steps. So let's get some of it put together, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, see how this area is going to be largely open, and this side's going to have the arm on it. So definitely want to put some kind of like walkway, maybe from like the middle of the belly around like that. All right. Instruction number 1. Oh, I hate these instructions already. Jesus. Hamster wheel. Thank you. Wheel is the word my brain was not coming up with. Alright. Let's see. God, even if they just had numbers, we'd be better off. Okay. So I'm going to try to find the pieces to match the pictures. Some of these connection runners are massive, so I'm not using my like really nice nippers here. Just because these connections are giant, and I don't want to hurt the nippers. Like some of them are larger than like the point of connect you're supposed to nip off, so I'm not going to use the really nice nippers yet. Probably use it for the little bits when we get to the garage and stuff, but okay, so we got that. Then we gotta snip off his booty. It's right here. So yeah, this is a dense guy, and this runner is hella dense. Like, look how thick that middle connector is. Like, that's really thick. If I was just building it, like, normally it might be a little bit easier, but okay. We got a big old booty. We got this back panel. Fuck, I don't know what pieces are which thing. Alright, so it wants both shoulders, so we can do that. It wants both shoulders, and we also need the neck, which is also here. And there's like these little clips. I don't know what those are. Oh, I bet they raise the skull up. I think it's these. I think these are both the side panels. But yeah, this thing is a absolutely mental project. Oh, that's what excites me about this Stompa, right? Like, the idea of carrying him to the table, to getting to do all kinds of like crazy custom work on him is a really, really exciting bit. As I knock a night gun down. I have all these night guns stuck to the thing that holds my laptop up. In the bottom. Okay. Alright, so that... Okay, let's see what we got to the instructions. Okay, so we've got that piece here. We got that. We've got this piece here. We got that guy. This is one of the armholes. I don't know which one. This is the left body, and then that's the neck. All right, so let's look at the little pieces that we're missing. Let's actually see if we can do some cleanup on these, like and stuff. And I can clean them up. I'm going to. Like that one would have got in the way of the connection right there. Okay, let's see. There we go. There we go. But yeah, this thing's a big boy project, which is fun. Just because, like, it opens so much potential for customization. Well, it's just a really good time. Straight, and that's perfectly fine. Like, they're beautiful, they come out really nice, and they're a good build. Or you can, like, go to town customizing them. There we go. Alright, sweet. Okay, now let's figure out what these pieces are that we're missing. One of them looks like a machine gun. And then one of them is some kind of panel that goes right here. So let's figure out where those are. They are skull and then some kind of plate. Right on this runner. No. No, they are not. Okay. Go team. Are they on the foot runner? All right, let's check this one. It's some kind of machine gun. And then I'm assuming the other plate that's near it will be on that same runner. Okay, so that's that guy out. He's some kind of weird drive shaft. And then this looks like part of the machine gun too. So where's the actual machine gun? Is it not on this runner? Yeah, because that's the... There we go. Is it on this one? Lots of cool wires and gubbins and that stuff there. There's no machine gun. Aha, is that it? This thing with the ball? That looks right. Let's see if it works in the holder. Or if this is a different machine gun. Alright, so I think it goes in like that. Yeah, so it should be like that, and the gun moves around, which is pretty cool. Alright, sweet. Okay, so we know how that works. How does this guy work? This guy... What does this guy do? He goes something like this, right? Just go... Oh yeah, it just goes like that. Okay. Alright, sweet. We are... cooking with an effective liquid. Okay. Little bit, super tiny bit of glow on this. We wanna make sure that the ball and joint stays a ball and joint. You don't want it to get glued in place. All right, and then this other one connects somewhere around here, I think. Okay, so ball and joint goes through just like that. This guy sits something like, how do you sit? Like that? Is that how you sit? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Then we can put some glue on this edge. Just like that. We'll re-glue this edge as well. Just glue all the way around the sucker. Alright. So there's our machine gun. Pretty darn cool, I like that. And then we've got, I think this is the right one. Maybe I have to flip it over. Let's see. Yeah, if I flip it over, it fits a little better. Alright, there we go. So that's those two weird pieces. Let's see what these other weird pieces it's saying exist are. And that's here, and one on the other side. Oh, they're the panels if you don't want to show the grots. Okay, that's what they are. Okay, we'll leave those off for now because they're just little external details that don't really matter. All right, so we have the ass flap, and we have the ass. How do they go together? All right, so yeah, okay, so that piece there is in the back, that's in the back. Okay, cool. So then this should connect up. Oh, just like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, cool. All right. It'll make the customization easier later on. So we're going to not seal the body up. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, this is a big boy. This is like the biggest boy. The biggest of Chungus. Should paint this thing like it's my dog. He's a giant Chungus. Alright. It's gonna probably not sit perfect. Or I don't have it sitting perfect. No, I think it's right. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, so let's see. Then the body pieces go on the side, like they go on the sides like that. Okay, yeah, it'll be a lot more stable when I get some more of these on. So let's put some of these on so that I can set it down, because right now I really can't. Alright. There's some glue there. There's some glue here. Glue it up. Looks like the front panels, they're separate. So my idea of maybe leaving the body open, or magnetizing it so it can be opened, should work pretty good. Because I would like to do LEDs for this thing. So this big fat, like flat booty plate here is going to work really good for that. All right, we're going to swap to this camera for a little bit, because I think this is a little bit too big for the close-up camera with how I have it positioned. And then we're going to do this slide. Put some glue on this. I'm not worrying about overgluing at all. It's Orks. If there's a little bit of glue, who cares? Alright, this thing is held together with like duct tape and literal prayers. Well, not prayers, but literal desire. So, alright. So that's the start of our body right there. Alright, you can see there's lots of nice big panels I'll be able to knock out for my customization plans. Next up, we've got these shoulder bits here. We got shoulder bits. This one goes on the oh, that one goes on this side. Okay. Let's add those because those will actually add more. Is our goal. Have a nice strong boy. Once we get these, the insides, just to add a little bit more glue and a little more strength to them. There we go, just like that. All right. Yeah, this is actually super hard to build on camera. It's taking like all of my concentration. Oh, don't get me wrong, I spent a huge chunk of my week last week flying, so I don't have a ton of concentration to begin with. So I'm still jet lagged to hell. But what little I have, totally taken over by the Stompa. Alright, let's see. Cool. Alright. And this one goes in like that. Nice. Okay. And then let's put the head on, because that should just be the last bit to like help hold it together. Or maybe the other panels need to go under the head. Alright, we'll leave the head off for now. Alright. There it goes. There she goes. Okay. Let me go in here and I'm going to touch up. I'm going to throw some glue on the inside of the joints. just to make sure there is more glue. Make sure we have as good a connection as we can. There we go. There we go. So I'm basically just going along and hitting all the inside seams with glue. This might reactivate existing glue that's already there, so I have to be careful. This might temporarily make it a little less stable, but in the long term it'll make it more stable. It's also really, really hard to film, so I apologize. You're probably just staring at its ass, yeah, as I'm like fisting this thing. Trying to like essentially like weld the inside seams of it like a good proper mech boy. There we go. Alright. That makes it good and fighty. Alright. So everything seems to be sitting pretty damn well. Yeah, pretty good there. Alright, now before we put the head on, let's cut out these front panels so we can see how they attach. Pop. Instructions here also tell you to put panels on over the grots. I guess that's like an optional thing in case you want the grots to go through. I'm not going to worry about any of those steps because I'll figure that out when I like get into really customizing this thing. Like what grots I want to show, what panels I'm going to knock out, stuff like that. Alright, sweet. Okay. So we got our two front panels here. There they go. Clean up some of the nubs. Goodbye, nubs. Goodbye, nub. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. This is the left side, and that's the right side, and they go together like that. Ideally, I'd be able to glue these together and then have them magnetize to the front here like that. That's the dream. That's the dream, fam. Because then I'll be able to get into this thing to like change the batteries or do customizations or anything like that. Okay, so that connects like that. Alright, so I see how that works. And then this one, that one sits like that. Okay. There's pretty clear like teeth that it sits into. And this one is like the female side and this one's the male side. So I'm not going to be able to like glue just this side on. I'd have to glue this side and then make the other side magneted. That's what I would have to do. Okay, so like that is how they sit. And then this goes on the top. Like that. So that's how the body's going to be, just like that. Do want to be able to get inside this thing. Questions. Okay, So here's our body, right? This side here is pretty much taken up by the big chainsaw arm. This side here is where our big machine gun arm is going to be. So it's going to be up here. So what I'd probably like to do is probably like to knock these two panels out and turn that into a door. And then have this be a walkway that comes around and does like this part of the belly here, so like onto this front panel and right here, and have that be like a walkway. I think that would be pretty sweet. Let me grab an orc so I can look at size wise. Ugh. Up a mini and you're like, man, this guy looks so good. Oh, I love it. He looks so good. Anyway, minus me being like, my minis look so good. Alright, so that's the size right there. So I could cut out like this, like that. You cut that out entirely. Or I could do it further back and knock like this out. It might not be a bad idea. Knock like this panel here out instead, and then have the walkway come around like that, and have it be a really big walkway instead of a shorter walkway. That panel is probably more orc door height. This one would be really big. And it would be next to this grot, which would be kind of weird. But this one's part of the seam. Alright, choices. I could also do the doorway on the front. I could knock like this panel here out, knock all that out, and then have it just go back. I think it's cooler if it's in the back and you walk forward. I think that makes more sense. Alright, so we'll probably knock out either this panel or this panel. Not sure which one yet. I think this makes more sense to me. And then the middle, like a little bit of a doorway, like stuff on the inside. We'll probably hook that up to LEDs. And then this side over here, I would like to knock out some of these panels and replace them with grating to be able to like look inside. So maybe like this big flat dumb panel, maybe that one, we'll cut that one out. And maybe one of the ones on this front side here. Alright, so my next course of action then is to glue these two front panels together. And then I will figure out a way to magnetize them so they're removable like that. So I'll be able to get inside the front there, do things like change batteries, and do all my customization and stuff. So that's what we'll do. Alright, so course of action number 1. Glue these panels together. And then we will go ahead and we will attach the head as well. So worst case, I can clip this slip off. This slip like goes up under the neck, like that. So worst case, I can snip the lip off. It doesn't have to have it. Okay. Alright, I'll let that glue. Let that glue. We'll put it over here to the side. We'll put it just off camera so it can hold itself up. Okay. Now let's put the head on. The head will give us some more strength for the body here. it'll give us some more strength when we're working with the body, which is good. All right, we can set that off to the side too, just like that. And we can look at number 2. All right, so there's some more panels we could put on there. We're not going to worry about those yet. All right, what are we building here? We're building a foot and the head, and then this back assembly, and then there's a grot watchtower and a like big banner pole. All right, so we're gonna leave this. So let's go ahead. Let's build this other foot first. We'll build that first. Let me move our little orc measuring friend out of the way so he doesn't get hurt. Nope, you don't want to hurt your orcs. Orcs is cool. Orcs is friends. Stomp foot. Okay. Then this one has like its toes like up. Like it's taking a step. This is the action foot. Alright. It's kind of a shame this guy doesn't have a base, so I'm going to 3D print a base for him. I'm sure I can find one big enough. Or I can just size one up, worst case. I could probably get him an MDF base too. I like all my models to have bases. It weirds me out when they don't have bases. I know GW is like, it's a big vehicle, it doesn't get a base. But I think that's kind of lame. So I will probably 3D print myself a base for this guy. I do that with all my tanks and stuff. They all have 3D printed bases. Okay. Is that everything we need? No, there's more toes. Okay. More toes, and then we'll clip the ankles out while we're here too. Alright. There we go. Take a look. I just knock that gun down again. Oh, this laser destructor. I knock it down so many fucking times, man, I tell you. Alright. So this is one of our feet. I'll put that off to the side. Let's get the rest of these nubs off of it. I do love the feet on this thing. They're really cool. Like, just how cool is that? It's like one big toe and then like all these support toes. I love it. And let's see this. Here's the ankle. This is the ankle. Like that. So normally this would just be like that. And that's about all you'd get out of it. Out of your Stompa. Out of your friendly neighborhood Stompa, that's all you'd get. I would like to make that taller. Because if we put the belly on this thing, right, like that. Okay, so we put the belly on this thing. Let's swap to the other camera so you can actually see it. We put the belly on this thing, right? Here's the foot. Right? The belly almost totally covers the feet. And that's a shame, because the foot is a really, really cool detail in this thing. So if it had a bigger leg like that, you'd be able to see the feet. And I think that would be really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the ankles off while I think of a way to do that. Because I'm thinking definitely... Like, I could do it with plastic card, but I don't think that's the best route. I think it might be better to do something. He has a little bit of slant to him, think that's mostly in the body. Yeah. So the higher I pick him up, the higher his ass is going to be up, but I think that's okay. So we might have to change the like angle of the ankles if we pick the feet up. That would also let us do things like give the feet a little bit of an angle like that. Like that would be pretty sweet, right? So instead of just forward like that, we could pull them up, make them a little bit taller, and then maybe angle them a little. That might give him some more personality too. So, just so we know everything we've got going on. Alright, so this guy, should probably put him on first, so everything else can connect to him. So, yeah, I have to say, this is a hell of a model. Especially for the cost of it too. It's really, really, really surprisingly cheap model. For how big it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still like $100, but for Warhammer, when a box of like 5 guys costs you $60, that's a really fucking good price for this big of a model. There we go. There's my Stompa. And the really cool thing is my local store actually had him for the price that Amazon does. That was really nice. So I always like buying local, but you know, usually there is a little bit of a markup. Not at the local store, but just compared to the price you can get on Amazon, it's usually a little bit higher. But you know, if you don't support your local stores, they ain't gonna be there tomorrow. And you're not gonna have anywhere to play games or anywhere to sell models or pre-order at or anything like that. So gotta support local first. It's a little bit of air in the seam, so I'm trying to get it out so it's flat. There we go. Nice. There we go. There's a lot of detail on the bottom there. That's pretty cool. It's a real shame they didn't do that on this one, because that's nice detail. Alright. What the fuck are you? How the fuck do you connect? Are you the back toe? Oh, you're the back toe. Okay. Ah, I see how you connect. Okay. All is revealed. But yeah, I'm going to be working on this guy for a while, so he's going to be a fun project. Probably for the rest of the year. He's going to be my big kit bash project. I have my Mega Gargant, who I'm also finishing up, who's also a big kit bash project. But he's in the like last bits of sculpting / starting to paint phase. So he's not in the bunch of plastic phase. So this guy will be in that one. So when I feel like doing a bunch of customization on my birthday. And I turned him into a giant rat man. He's actually on the shelf behind me. Big old rat guy. He needs a little bit more sculpting, so I'm not super happy with his tail yet. But once that's done, he'll be ready to rock. So he's gonna be my next big like painting project. So I've put off picking up the next couple of boxes that are coming out for Warhammer. They're pretty good boxes, but I don't need this stuff right now. Because they're for armies that I'm like, I'm not really going to work on those right now, or I don't feel like working on those right now. To be honest, I really feel like doing AOS stuff. I don't feel like doing 40k stuff, minus the Stompa. So I'll probably do a little bit of Ork 40k stuff, and I'm going to finally get to work on my Skellybone army. Oh, that foot is legit. That's really cool. Yeah, like, it'd be such a shame to not show that off. That's a really, really cool detail. Even if the ankle doesn't... No, there we go. Alright. So if... Swap to the other camera. If I had him as is, this is how he would sit, I think. Oh my god, there's like a chicken having like a shit fit out front. So that's how he'd fit. So you wouldn't really see the feet unless you really got up in there, which is a real shame. That's a real shame. So if we made those a little bit longer, maybe even like 4 inches longer, that would be really nice. And then it would be like, come on, thank you. Even if I did something like maybe attach the ankles still, maybe like attach like the ankles still, and then build this out to the foot. Might not be a bad idea. Might not be attach the ankle and then build it out to the body a little bit. Like that. So yeah, like 3 or 4 inches. God, I'm sorry, I was off the camera. Like 3 or 4 inches would do a hell of a difference for being able to see that detail. And then I could do stuff like run wires and cables and stuff underneath of him and you'd be able to see it. And that would be pretty cool. So he would also be up and off the base that I'm going to make a little bit then. So I could maybe put some like orcs and stuff like running under him. Because this guy's, you know, this guy's a huge centerpiece model, right? Like this is the kind of model that like walks in the back behind your army kind of thing. So him having like some support with like little orcs like hanging off of him and running around his feet and stuff would be pretty legit. Ugh. Oh my god, chicken, calm the fuck down. I don't know if that's coming through, but there's a chicken like having like a fucking shit fit outside right now. Alright. Let's see. Before we build the head, crap. We're going to have to get creative with the head. The head's actually not going to work how I thought it was going to work. So I thought this head was 2 pieces. I thought this jaw actually didn't attach to the head. I thought the jaw attached to the body. So since it attaches to the head, we might be a little boned there. All right, fuck it. Let's look at that first. I don't know why I threw those away. Come back, I need you. All right, so that's the exhaust. We'll build those next. Let's like the sight pole, the different faces. I don't know which face I want to use yet. Here's. I thought this was the head, but I guess it's not. Okay, where's the head then? Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. So let's see. Here's a jaw. All right. Because we want the head to like bounce off and have like a spring between the jaws. That's our goal. So we need to disconnect the head from the jaw when we build it. All right. Yeah, let's snip the head out while we're here too. Which faceplate I want to use on this yet? I kind of like the blank expression of the big one. I think that's kind of cool. But I also like the evilness of, but I mean, orcs aren't necessarily evil, but like, I don't know. Their stuff has this like level of just like a badassitude that I think like the big, just kind of innately funny. Alright. So let's see. I think that's everything we need, but because it's not in any of the little gubbins. So, okay. So here's our jaw. Touch the head. But what we're gonna want to do with it is attach it to the body, like this instead. Which, like that. Just get it all built up. Nice, just like that. And that is pretty much just going to attach right there. Alright, so we'll set that off to the side right now. We're not going to attach it yet. Checking out the nubs, checking out the nubs. Alright. Cool. Alright, so let's see. This is our guy. He goes like that. Yeah, there's no like defined edge on this. Well, it's just wherever you start building, that's where the circle starts. Alright. There we go. Bump. And then we're going to do this side here. There's going to be a little bit here as well, because this side connects there. Just like that. Oh shit, no, not like that. Okay. How does that connect then? Is it this one? No. Is it this? Yes. Trial and error. Building a Stompa. And we'll throw some more plastic in there, like that. So what we're gonna do, because I probably want to put LEDs in this, we're gonna leave the top off. We're not gonna put a top on. So his, like the top of his head here, we're going to leave that off, so I can make sure I, actually, you know, it might not be able to, might not have to. Alright, we'll think about it. Let me build it, and we'll think about that as we go. So I don't really want to put anything else in here, minus maybe an LED. And to do that, I would be drilling a hole anyway. So it'd probably be okay to put the top on, I think. But yeah, let's put the top on, because this is gonna glue, or this is gonna sit unnaturally if I don't. Alright, and then this is, let's see. Okay. See, that's why I want to put the top on. Because otherwise it's missing some, it's missing that second point of strength for it. So there's one little tooth for the front, which is on. There it goes. And that's our Stomper's noggin right there. Go around and press it, make sure everything sits good while the glue is still wet. So we can there we go. That's our Stompa's noggin. Now normally this would just go on like that, right? Right, like that's how it would normally go. We put the jaws. But I think what I want to do is I think I want to have it be like this. I think that's my goal. My call. No, I want to build the back too. Oh, I just want to build this whole thing. Alright, so let's let that sit, because I don't know what face I want to put on it yet anyway. So let's look at our faces. Alright. We'll look at our faces. So you can have this one. Okay, what, do you just do not connect? Do you just sit there? That's unfortunate if that's the case. Or he can have this one. I think I like this one better, to be honest. I think just the size of this face fits a little better, I think. And honestly, this little viewport is going to be perfect for LED. I'm going to have to seal these up because I don't want them to shine through. Oh, wow. That handles all of that. Okay. Now, so what I might have to do is put like another plate and then put the face. So, but it should be pretty cool. All right, it should end up pretty good. You know, if I have it like, say like that, and then he's like, whoa, it should be pretty cool. Especially if I can put some more teeth here, or maybe like move that down. Yeah, that would be perfect. Having it move down like that, that would be a perfect head. That would probably also work perfect with the LEDs too. So, and it would give me the exact look I want, which is cool. All right. So we got that started too. We have an idea of what we want for our customization for that. He's going to need a forehead plate, but I should be able to steal one from one of the grot bodies. All right, let's build this back piece, and then we'll see what other big bits we want to build. All right. Because, I mean, let's be real here, this guy's going to be like weeks of work, so we will not get him all done today. If I was just straight building him, we could do him, but I want to customize him a bit. Because one of the most important things about customizing is sort of like to get a plan, like how you want all your bits and bobs to go together, and it helps a lot. It makes it usually a lot more effective. Like, some people like the catharsis of just like, this gets glued on, that gets glued on, this gets glued on. But the part I enjoy of it is the like figuring out like the puzzle of the pieces you have, and God, this does not glue together very well at all. Alright, this is gonna suck to connect. Yeah. It's funny, they made the bodies connect so well, and this tube is just crap to connect. Now, probably defos use these on the model just because they're cool and big and have a lot of nice detail. But I think I'm going to shirk them over to one side, because I do really like the idea of having like a grot hamster wheel. Cool. Okay, so now we have this other tube here, which connects like that. Now it connects a little bit stronger, but still kind of weak. Could put LEDs in these tubes, but honestly, it would be a really weird kind of small detail a lot of people wouldn't see. And if I'm going to be using LEDs, I want to use them to like light up the internal sections I'm going to make more than like light up an exhaust, you know? Alright, so both those are built. Now there should be a plate, which is this, that they both connect to, and then that I think connects to the body. So let's take a look at where it connects. Okay, so here's the plate, right? And it goes right there. Alright, so moving it over to the side might not be viable. Because this, yeah, see the, okay, so that does that. Oh, it only barely pushes through. Let's see if we put this plate here. All right. Oh shit, it's popping apart. God damn it. One second. Gotta hold it. Oh. Man, I was so sore yesterday. I think still from the freaking flight. Alright, so we put this on the plate, which I think is a good call. It'll work like that. Then we can actually just move the plate over. And that would be perfect. So let's do that. Let's put this on the plate. Put it on the plate. Put it on the plate. Just like that. Put that on the plate, and then this guy also goes on the plate. Oh, he's supposed to go on the plate first. Crap. There we go. Just like that. Excuse me. There we go. Alright, so that's that, and then there's a bunch of little gubbins and stuff that go into this. But we're not going to worry about those yet. So this normally just plugs in like that. Which is pretty cool. Or like that. Or like this. So we're not going to attach the plate yet. So we're not going to attach that yet, but it's going to be, this will be his exhaust in some way. Just not 100% sure how it's going to fit yet. So we'll take the exhaust, we'll set it over here. Alright. Okay, so let's take a look at these instructions. So we got the head made, we've made the feet. We've got this plate here. Oh, the plate has a shit ton more details. Alright, we'll figure this out. Let's look at what else we got. Alright, so we've got chainsaw arm and gun arm. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that gun arm is one gun, an ammo drum, one rocket, and then it's one big gun with 3 rockets. Alright, so essentially we have one giant rocket, 3 rockets, and then 2 guns. Alright, and then it's the joint, because the joint to connect to the body is built into the big gun. Okay, so that's what we see there. Now if we look at the chainsaw arm, We have our connector. Our connector's only a couple pieces, and we have our chainsaw. And then we have a whole bunch of gubbins and wires and struts and stuff that connect up the chainsaw arm. I think I can definitely add some wires and stuff to this to make it look really cool too. Alright, and then this. What is this? Oh, that's the Grot machine gun turret. Yeah, okay, so that's what that is. That's the Grot machine gun turret. And then we have a beam thing that you can put a guy on. Okay. This is a platform that comes out the back with a ladder down. And a little grot that you can put there if you want. Then we have a big ammo drum. Then we have a piece of shoulder armor here that the grot turret connects to. I definitely want to keep that assembly. I think that's really cool. And then what do we have down here? We've got the big banner pole. We've got a bunch more grots we can put around. We have the skull. We're going to leave the skull off. We have his nipple flamethrower. I think that's a big light. And then we have a bunch of panels that don't go anywhere and a bunch of spikes that don't go anywhere. So they're all... That's telling us all the free gubbins that we can put on it wherever we want. Which is nice. These panels are going to really come in handy. I'm also going to 3D print a shit ton of these. And then we have our completed Stompa. Alright. Thinking. Alright, so this is going to get a platform. I think that's pretty cool. This is going to be like that. Now I could, so there's actually going to be a bunch of shit for the gun, like the ammo drum and stuff like that. It's all going to be here. So I might actually attach these here, these things, exhaust pipes, and I might actually put my hamster wheel like dead center in the back, and then have this platform like connect to it. And then I can have the hamster wheel here, and I can magnetize it so it'll spin. Sort of where it's like out of the way of everything then, which I think would be pretty sweet. Because this side's largely going to be a bust as far as stuff sticking out because of the big chainsaw arm. Or I could put the hamster wheel here, right? That's glued in place annoyingly. Damn it. Alright, I could put the hamster wheel here, because the chainsaw arm is going to come around like that. So I could have the hamster wheel here, and then extend this platform around to it. Could do that. And then knock this panel here out. And maybe one of the ones on the front too. Over here like a frickin' Minecraft villager. Okay. Alright, so we know we got our front panel, right? Okay, we got our front panel. There we go. We got our front panel. We want to magnetize this some way. We're probably going to have to snip some of the teeth off of it, which is fine. Like the teeth that connect it to the different sides, which is fine. But we're going to want to magnetize this some way so we can get inside to change the batteries out on this thing. Because this thing's probably going to run like 2 or 3 9 volts for the LEDs I had planned for it. So we're going to want to be able to get inside to do that. So we're going to need to magnetize this. Alright. We know that. I'm just walking through my customization ideas. We want to extend these feet up, make them longer. Not sure how I'm going to do it all yet, but we want to extend these out maybe like 3 or 4 inches, right? Like that. So you can see the foot, and we can give the feet some more personality then by turning them a little bit and stuff. So we're going to need to do that somehow too. I'm going to knock out probably these 2 here because of this hatch as well. Probably going to knock out these 2 panels here and then build a walkway coming around here to the front, right? And I'll probably build up a couple little orc boys and stand them on the walkway and stuff like that. I could just knock out these 2 panels here and just have the walkway just be on the front. But I think it's cooler if it comes all the way around. And this is going to be a dead area, as far as I can tell anyway. I want to build my hamster wheel. I think I'm going to put it here like dead in the back, dead in the middle of the back here, where this fan is. I think that's I'm going to put a big 10 mil magnet there, and that'll be my connection point for the hamster wheel. I think that's what the plan there is going to be. And on this side, we're going to knock some of these panels out, replace, well, I'm going to do this all over. I'm going to knock some of the panels out, replace them with metal grating. Like, see how these are like faux metal grating? I'm going to put like real metal grating kind of, so you can see inside. I'm going to put some like little gubbins in there instead. Probably like this one. I think that one would be a really good one to knock out. Probably one on the front too, like maybe this guy. Knock him out, put him, put something in there. Okay, so that's the body customizations. And then the head, let's see. Alright, so the head, we're going to have to move the face down, right, to like there, probably. Maybe a little higher, like that. Oh, he's going to need some kind of like forehead plate. And then we are going to attach the teeth to the body like that. And then attach the head like that on a big like fake spring. And I think that's pretty perfect, to be honest. Oop. Question is, do we want them to be like super low like this? Alright. Or you want to raise it up a little bit, like maybe like that. Or like that. Well, that might be pretty sweet. So that's the options there. All right. Are there any other customizations I want to do on this thing? The chainsaw arm, I would like to like reinforce. I do like the chainsaw arm, but I'll probably reinforce it or repose it a little bit. I think that's something I'll probably do, but that's not like a big customization. And then The gun arm is cool. I might leave the gun arm alone. I might customize it. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Just have to... That one I'm going to have to see when I build it. See how I feel about it. Because the gun arm on this... The arms on this thing are one of the things that, like, put me off from buying it until now. Just because they seem a little dinky compared to the body. But I think if I build the body out, I think the... Like, with the walkways and stuff, I think that disparity between the size of the arms being small and the size of the body being massive, I think that disparity will go away. So I think that's going to be a self-solving problem, to be honest. I don't see that being an issue. Okay, well I think that's going to be my main customizations for this thing. Extending the feet, putting the walkway here on the side, putting the big hamster wheel here on the back, because there is a big space here. Like if you look at it completed, there's a big space here, even if it's not that high, because there's these connection banners. If I'm going to put those on, I could totally sink it. Like, oh, sorry, you probably really can't see this. So this is a nice shot of the completed back. So I might not be able to put the hamster wheel here. I, however, would totally be able to put it right here on his booty, under the gun. Like in this area, I could totally put it right there. And then we would have the walkway here, which would connect to it. That would work really well, I think, right there. Or right here, if I can get the space once it's all assembled. I have to make the hamster wheel first. I mean, ideally it's going to be like that, right? Like, 'cause it's going to have a little grot in it, so maybe like that. I'm just going to build out a plastic card. Alright, so I got to figure that out, but that should work really good as a space. And then the head, we got that figured out. And yeah, I mean, that should be good. Should be everything with the customization that I want to do for this sucker. Yeah, that should work pretty good. No idea what that noise was. I should go check. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call the stream there. I'm going to let this sit because I don't want to start cutting on it while it's still kind of drying. So I'm probably not going to do any cutting on it today. I'll probably build the gun and the chainsaw arm later on, just to have them built too. But I feel like I've got some path forward for all my customizations and stuff. All right, I just gotta get a forehead plate for him. There's enough plates floating around to be able to grab one. And it should work pretty darn good. We should end up with a pretty cool Stompa. But yeah, so that's where I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna call it for today. And I'll keep working on this guy, and we'll see what we have coming up. God, it's such a big project. That's gonna be good. Gonna be super good. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep on keeping on, and you should keep on keeping on too. And we'll go ahead and we'll call it there for this big Stomparoo. And I hope you have a good day, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry. My brain is all over the place with how to customize this thing. Because it's an interesting, like, customizing, like, to this scale is or this scale model is an interesting, like, order of operations thing, right? Like, normally I would have been able to attach this, and just been like, okay, that's done. But then I was like, oh, well, I can use that empty space in the body to hold my magnets. You know, so now I have to figure out a way to get this to magnetize it into the body. Hold in some other way. Because it holds in pretty decent, but not perfectly, just on its own, right? Because of all the teeth and stuff. So what I'll probably end up having to do is actually snip his teeth on this right side off. You know, actually, I might actually not have to magnetize it at all, to be honest. Well, we'll see. I'll play with it, see what we can come up with. But yeah. But just interesting stuff for, like, you know... yeah, I would definitely want to hold a magnet on that. Interesting stuff for, like, you know, planning out the customization versus, like, just straight building it is always fun. Anyway, I'm going to call it there because my brain is on fire thinking about all the ways I'm going to change this thing. And I will go ahead and run and see what that weird noise was. And hope you have a good day, and keep on keeping on. Stompa's a lot.